go begging. Some economists advocate paywall, going for a loan to an international agency, such as the International Monetary Fund. That would give the country not only cash, but much needed expertise, as well as confidence that Venezuela will follow through with the harsh measures described above. As things stand now, the country has been essentially shut out of international credit markets. There's just one problem: bringing in the IMF is politically a non-starter in Venezuela. The bloody clashes in 1989 known as the Caracas War were sparked by public anger over an IMF bailout that drove up public transit prices. So other experts are instead recommending doing what Venezuela has been doing all along, using oil as collateral to get more loans, and to help fund the government's shortfalls. Venezuela is in the economic emergency room, but thank God it's not terminally ill, said Francisco Rodriguez, a widely followed Venezuelan economist, at recent forum. Terminal illness is insolvency, he added, and his country has plenty of resources below ground. Others, however, argue that leaning so heavily on oil, even if it's just a temporary measure to jumpstart the economy, could set off Venezuela on the same path that led to the current crisis. The state becomes dependent on the extractive model, and it goes deeper and deeper into that, Edgardo Lander, a well-known Venezuelan sociologist, said back in 2014, well before the effects of the country's latest bout of oil intoxication were fully apparent. Either way, any rescue plan will need to be cautious and well orchestrated to avoid a stampede of Venezuelans exchanging all their bolivars into dollars once the currency controls are lifted, or worse yet, another Caracas zone. First though, there has to be someone in charge willing to implement changes, no matter how hard they are. It's as much a political problem as it is an economic problem, says Reggie Thompson, a Latin America analyst at StratEff, a risk assessment firm. And once it gets out of its latest oil-induced crisis, Venezuela needs to seriously deal with its oil addiction. The first step, says Gallegos, would be to follow the lead of places like Alaska, and lock away its oil windfall when prices are high to keep itself from spending it all. But that requires a degree of prudence and foresight no Venezuelan leader has shown in at least a couple of generations.